manipulation. Anything from removing fences and roads, which of course we wouldn't want to keep in Middle-earth, to constructing extensions and entirely new mountain ranges or cloud structures or things that are required to bring it to life.
Sometimes that's why shots turn out to be more difficult than they are, because they become digital effect shots when they weren't originally intended to do that. That Elvish Ruin shot was very demanding because the plate was shot from a helicopter. You had the Fellowship walking around the hilltop, but the helicopter actually drifted quite a long way away from the hill during the shot, so the operator, who was in the cab of the helicopter, zoomed in through the shot, and that just made the camera track where the digital camera is created that actually matches what the physical camera was doing on the day much more difficult.
There was a fair amount of motion blur and jitter that needed to be taken out.
It was impossible to completely lock the digital camera to the plate.
So any of our computer-generated elements, i.e. the ruins, weren't happily locking on the top of the hill. With all the issues that we were having inside the camera to try and pin the ruins onto the top of the hill, it just seemed to be much of an easier path to replace the whole hill. So that's what we did. That involved actually creating a three-dimensional representation, geometry wireframe, that would fit in with the environment and replace the hill that was originally there. And this allowed us to more seamlessly integrate the ruins into the environment, as opposed to having them stand out in contrast next to the live hill.
And this is the model that we produced of the Elvish Ruins. It's built very much to look good from the camera's point of view. There's nothing really much over the back of the hill. So it's kind of like a digital equivalent of a film set, where if the camera doesn't see it, you just don't bother building it. We also did what we called CG environments, where we actually build an environment entirely on the computer. Dwarradolf is a great example, because that's just an environment that would be very difficult to build on set. It's so vast. I think it's 45 metres from the floor to the ceilings of that space. I think they did consider doing Dwarradolf as a miniature, but they quickly realised that in some of those shots, when you're looking down the long corridors of pillars, you're seeing hundreds and hundreds of pillars in some of those shots, and it would have been prohibitive to build even a miniature environment that covered the scope of that shot.
Actually, I'd spent a lot of time giving some thought to how the environment would be lit. Here's this area of Dwarradolf that stretches forever. These corridors are kilometres and miles long, and it's lit by a torch that Aragorn's carrying and Gandalf's staff.
Pete's note on these views we get down these long avenues of pillars was that we never see a wall at the end. He never wanted to feel